Listen carefully. Last July, I took an epigenetic test to check my biological age, and the results came back a lot older than my date of birth would have you believe. Not by months, not by weeks, but literally over a decade. With how I train and how health conscious I am, this was alarming, so I needed to dig deeper to understand what was going on. And the interesting thing about biological age versus chronological age is health. Imagine you have two kingdoms, both established on the same day, each ran for 40 years. One of them regenerated into their infrastructure, they reinvested into their communities, they looked after their people, they had good working relationships with each and every one of their individual sectors and segments, whereas the other one, it just existed and slowly decayed. Now, when you look at both kingdoms, you'll find that one of them will have longevity, quality, great community, great morale. They'll be resistant to outside forces, or at least more resistant because they're stronger, whereas the other, it would have crumbling walls, the infrastructure would be a bit shocking, and there'd be many ways in which it would be vulnerable to attacks based upon the level to which it has looked after itself at that infrastructure level. And this is the difference between biological age, which is your real age, versus your chronological age, which is your calendar age. These are two separate and two different things. And if you look after yourself like you look after the kingdom, then you'll have greater chances of longevity rather than declining with age. As it relates to age-related diseases, you usually have a higher risk of such diseases the older that you get. So it's not really about how many candles you have on your next birthday cake. It's more about the condition of your genes and your cells at that microscopic level. And once you know where your biological age is in relation to your chronological age, within that layer of intelligence is where you can make lifestyle choices. I'm fighting my biological age now because it's 10 years older than my chronological age. So it gives me something to do. With all the training and with my health conscious lifestyle, something's not translating into the cells. So this is why I want to examine this and explore this. It can only have a great knock-on effect as it relates to my health, my future, and the goals that I want to achieve in this life. So we've spoken about biological aging, and in the next video, I want to talk about age clocks and a few of the different varieties and what they measure and how that's beneficial. Follow for more. The intelligence is yours.